Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. And before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And without further ado, let's go on with the video. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog, but not just any reading vlog. This is a type of reading vlog I have never done on my channel. How many times can I say reading vlog? I am going to be messaging people like bookish friends and booktubers. I'm going to message them to pick a number between 1 and 200, and that is the minimum amount of pages I have to read that day. I know people have done this concept where that is the exact number of pages they must read, but I'm going to go with a minimum because if someone says like 4, I'm going to probably read more than 4 pages, but I have to read at least 4. And if someone says 200, I have to read at least 200. I can read 700 if I want. It's not going to happen, but I could if I wanted to. So in theory, that's how this works. I'm going to be messaging some people, asking them to pick. They don't know what this is for. I mean, this video's kind of been floating around for a little while. They might be able to guess. But let's message our first culprit. We have messaged our first culprit, and now to see what she responds with. So Rainey responded with 186, and that's a high number, but I have the whole evening of doing nothing. Now we're going to fill that time with reading. I'm going to be reading Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh, book 2 in the Boys of Tommen series. I read the first book a couple months back, and I adored it so this is one of my favorite books of 2024. And this is a new adult romance. This follows Johnny and Shannon. Joey's her brother. Johnny and Shannon. And I am obsessed. It is a rugby romance. And this is a huge book. And it's so floppy. But it is a chunker. It's over 600 pages. But we are going to be reading at least 186 pages tonight. So yesterday, Rainey decided on the number 186, and I read up to 188. So I pretty much just read the pages I had to read, but I am loving this book. So far what has happened is it starts off where the first one ends, and there is so much drama with her family, but a little bit of spoilers here. Her and her brothers have been taken away from their family and are now from their dad and are now living with their older brother who abandoned them and their mom who I do not like, and I don't like the brother either. But I am loving this book. Johnny and Shannon are everything, and I can't wait to read some more. I'm not going to be reading today because I had a busy day. Saturdays are my busy day. But I will be asking the next person to pick a number so we know how many pages we are reading tomorrow. So as you saw, the next person we asked is Nicole from Dusty Book Sniffers, and we will see what she responds with. So Nicole chose the number 47, and that is definitely achievable. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself, but I think 47 is a good number, so let's go get reading. My book's downstairs, but I read more than the 47 pages I was supposed to. So, success. Johnny and Shannon are now boyfriend and girlfriend, and they are just so good together, and I do not want this book to end because that is the end of, their story, and I'm just loving it so much, and I'm really excited for Taming 7, which I know is Not the next one, but Claire and Gibbsy. I like them. But back to this book. So far they've become boyfriend and girlfriend, and they were going to sleep together because she felt that's what he wanted. But then he stopped and he's like, no, you're not ready for this. I don't need this. Like, we'll do it when you're ready. And she's like, oh my God, he was just so sweet to like realize she's not ready. And even though he wants it, to realize she's only doing this because that's what she thinks he wants her to do. And it was so sweet, and they're just everything. And I asked Brooklyn as our next person to choose a number, and this is the number she chose. As you saw, she chose the number 2, which is super nice. So we only have to read 2 pages today. I plan to read more. I have reading sprints today, but we only have to read 2. So that's a good number. So let's get reading. I made it to page 304. I've read 34 pages so far today, and I'm just still loving it. They were at his house on like a date. They were going to go on a date, but she's like, I just want to be alone with you. So they went to his house and they were like making out and touching each other in his room. And of course, his mom's like, I told you to keep the door open. And I'm just like, but it was spicy. They haven't actually had sex yet, but it was still, I'm loving these characters and I feel for them so much. And I can't wait to continue reading. I know I haven't been saying too much about this book in this video, but it is the second book, so you have to read the first one first. And I don't want to say too many spoilers, but it's so good. And if I didn't tell you, it's a new adult high school rugby romance, and it is very emotional, deals with a lot of abuse and stuff. Her father is very abusive towards her and her family. And yeah, if I didn't already say that, that is what the book is about. And I'm going to go do some more reading. Yesterday, I read more than 2 pages. I got to page 335. And not too much happened in what I read yesterday. I think I updated you guys for part of it. And not really much else happened. I didn't read too much yesterday. But I asked Crystal from Bond Book Reviews to pick a number between 1 and 200. And this is the number she chose. As you saw, she chose 173. And that is a lot of pages. But I can do it. I believe in myself. And we are going to go get reading. So I read my pages for Keeping 13 yesterday. I'm up to page 514, and the part I just read was so intense. I was like, oh my God, I was on the edge of my seat, and I feel like I stopped breathing, like I was holding my breath, like not on purpose, but it was so intense and then so sad. And if you've read the book, you probably know the part I mean, but that just happened, and I only have this much left to go. So I'm probably going to finish it today if I read my pages, because I asked Danny from Danny Dabbles to pick a number, and this is what she chose. As you saw, she chose 177, and I don't even have that many pages left in this book. Yeah, definitely not. So I'm going to finish this book today and start another book if I read my pages. And I feel weird starting another book because this is going to be my last day for this vlog. My last day of reading. So we're going to start another book, but we're not going to get too far into it. But I'm going to finish this and I will tell you what I thought of it. I finished Keeping 13. I give it 5 stars. It is one of my favorite books of the year. I will always have a special place in my heart for Johnny and Shannon. They are my everything. And I highly recommend this series. If you haven't read it already, the first one is Binding 13. You need to go pick it up. If I can convince you to read anything, read Binding 13. It is so good. And it is emotional. It is tense. but it is just so beautiful. It is a masterpiece, truly. That is it for this one. I still have 50 more pages I need to read today, so I need to choose another book. I will update you guys when I have decided. I'm going to start Whiskey Business by Elliot Fletcher. This is a Grumpy Sunshine romance, opposites attract, and the main character is Scottish, so I think this takes place in Scotland, but I could be wrong. And that's really all I know about it, but I'm excited to get started, and I will read at least 50 pages of this today. So I read my pages yesterday. I needed to read 50 pages of Whiskey Business. I ended up reading to page 60, and so far I'm not loving this book. I'm finding it kind of mediocre. I'm thinking around a 3.5. It's not horrible. And I think coming off of Keeping 13, I have unrealistically high expectations for every book. But this one so far, our main female character, her grandfather passes away, so she goes to Scotland to his place, and this guy, Malcolm, our MMC, he gets into the house while she's there, and they have an argument because he doesn't want her there, and it turns out he is one of her old friends from when she lived there back in probably in high school or college or something, and that is her friend's brother, and they know each other, but they're not really getting along, and she is there because she needed a break. She just needed to go and be there. He's not happy about her there, like I've said, and he doesn't think she has the right to be sad about her grandfather passing. He just thinks she is annoying, and that is what's happened so far. Our main female character is pretty cringy, but she is alright. Our main male character, we haven't seen too much of him, but he seems very grumpy. And it is Grumpy Sunshine. He is the grump, she is the sunshine. That's all that's happened so far, but so far, not too obsessed. That is it for this video. Thank you everyone who participated in giving me numbers. Thank you to Rainey, Nicole, Brooklyn, Crystal, and Danny. Thank you for being part of this video. You challenged me to read a lot of pages, and I'm so glad I was able to succeed every day at reading the number of pages you guys told me to. If you made it this far, also, their channels will be linked down below in the description, so go give them a subscribe. Go check out their latest videos. And if you made it this far, please leave me a fire emoji. And before you go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.